Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Administrator, please call the roll. Flip the page.
Trustee Henry,
Here.
trustee Coffee,
Here.
trustee Evans,
Here.
trustee Lopez,
Here.
Mayor Williams.
Here.
I'll note the presence of myself and the other fine gentlemen in the box over there, as well as Mr. Posen joining us by Zoom. How you doing, Dan?
Thank you, sir. This time we'll open a public hearing for the 2025 to 2027 CDBG grant programs.
So when we last left, we had some project ideas, and we were soliciting others. There were a couple of questions of ideas of programs that they just either don't fit into the program or feasible. So, Tony and I went through, we finalized our budget numbers, and we've come up with, really, we had 4 projects. We've consolidated two into one, because of the budget, and then we have 3 projects. There were nothing new that you didn't have before, they're just rearranged a little bit. So we have the project 1 would be the White Plains Avenue Park Tennis and Basketball Court Rehabilitation and DeLuca Park Basketball Court Rehabilitation. That includes the resurfacing and repainting of the tennis courts, also including 2 pickleball courts on that surface with new netting, etc. Also resurfacing and painting the basketball courts, replacing the posts, backboards and rims. So what we did is the DeLuca and White Plains, they were 2 separate projects before putting them together to be one project, because our threshold is the 200,000, and together they go to 180. And instead of doing these over 2 different projects, we're going to get a better price because of you're doing two basketball courts, not doing 2 together instead of 1 separate. So that's the logic to putting those together. The second one is the curbs and sidewalks, White Plains Avenue. On White Plains Avenue on the south side from Winthrop to Cabot. And that estimate is 150,000. And then the third is the construction of 2 standalone pickleball courts. So we have 2 projects, the 180, 150, and 200. And the village's share would be 50% of each of those costs. And so that's what we're recommending, unless there's other projects here tonight.
Board members? Comments?
I think this is a real plus for especially in terms of recreation. Thank you.
I just want to clarify, you're not asking us to choose one of these options.
No, no, no.
Correct? Okay, I just want to make sure.
You can apply for up to 4 applications.
Okay.
You can only get 3. I'm recommending we only apply for 3.
And it would be these 3.
Correct.
Very good.
I have questions about number 3.
Okay.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, it's partially redundant with 1, correct?
Yes, but the difference between the 2 is the number 3 would be 2 standalones.
Right.
That's all they're made for. Where the other one, the existing tennis court will be painted in a way where you'll have 2 courts and then
That's how I
a
understood it.
net, so it'll be shared.
Yeah.
The piece with these is these will not be done at the same time. These will be done over 3-year periods. So you would start with the temporary court, and eventually you're going to build 2 new ones. And then if you don't need, you know, you possibly take away the temporary one at the tennis court, once those other two are built. See what I'm saying?
I do. No. I'm definitely with you. Um. Maybe I'm biased here. I'm not sure that pickleball is not a fad. In that, are we going to construct something that years down the road is never used?
Don't know the answer.
Right, and that's also part of just what gives me a little bit of hesitation, whereby we know that if we have the tennis court that can be converted into two pickleball courts, either way, that tennis court is always being used. So that we know. So it's just, I'm not necessarily sold on constructing something that we're not sure is going to have the longevity per se. But I mean, I'll take feedback from my colleagues on this.
Well, if Greenberg is any example of this, that those courts are very, used very often. They're very, very popular. At Rumbrook, and I'm not sure where the other locations might be, but Rumbrook is very busy.
Have we gone to the Conservation Advisory Council just on their thoughts on turning green space into pickleball courts?
They were provided all the information about the program.
Okay.
And the fact that we were soliciting applications, but I think I did send them the initial. So that's two meetings ago, the initial, which had this idea on there. You know, whether they noticed that or not, I don't know. That area, you know, the area that we're talking about, this would not impact any of the walking area that goes around it.
Mm-hmm.
That area is very rarely used. I see it once in a while used. A couple of years ago, there was a group that got out on some volleyball that they put up their own net there and played. But that
They still
really-
do.
I mean, it hasn't been there a lot. When the people rent that area for a party or whatever, they always go to the woodside. because they
Mhm.
want
Shade.
Shade. And the
Um,
picnic tables. And-
Mm-hmm.
You know, unless you were gonna build some other type of structure there, like a
Gazebo or something.
gazebo, which I'll never use that
Mm-mm.
again, it's room. Forget that. Actually, the word was pavilion, not gazebo. Unless you know, you were gonna expand some type of building there, expand the spray park. That's the first area that floods. So actually, this design we would be raising that. This would be built at least 2 feet higher than the existing ground. And, you know, whether it's a fad or not is,
PBD?
don't know the answer.
Me neither. That's why I asked the question. I don't know.
It seems to be a fair that's taken off, though, and still going strong. No, I talked to a lot of people who are
Yeah.
heavily into the game, and they say it's great.
We have had several people ask for it. And that's actually where the idea came. For the
Well, then that's-
conversion of the tennis court.
And that's good.
We had hoped to get that done this year, but the company that does it is so backed up, they can't do it. Actually, the 3 companies that do it.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Anyone from the public want to comment just on that? Motion to close the public hearing,
So moved.
roll call,
Trustee Henry,
Aye.
trustee Coffee,
Aye.
trustee Evans,
Aye.
trustee Lopez,
Aye.
Mayor Williams.
aye. Mayoral personnel appointment with board approval, contingent appointment of Village Elmsford Volunteer Fire Department, Joe Dorio. Junior,
So moved.
Second.
roll call,
Trustee Henry,
Aye.
Trustee Coffee,
Aye.
trustee Evans,
Aye.
trustee Lopez,
Aye.
Mayor Williams.
Aye, contingent appointment of Village of Chelmsford Volunteer Fire Department member Melvin Jonas Gomez Paula.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Henry,
Aye.
trustee Coffee,
Aye.
trustee Evans,
Aye.
trustee Lopez,
Aye.
Mayor Williams.
Aye. Resolution authorizing the payment of claims.
So move.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Henry,
Aye.
trustee Coffee,
Aye.
trustee Evans,
Aye.
trustee Lopez,
Aye.
Mayor Williams.
Aye.
Just to interject on that, so that's the same thing, the sheet that you're signing. But it was recommended to us that we also have that resolution done, so it's reflected. in the minutes.
We used to do it 8 years ago, remember? Consideration, architectural application 19 Norththorne Avenue Solar.
So move. Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Henry,
Aye.
trustee Coffee,
Aye.
trustee Evans,
Aye.
trustee Lopez,
Aye.
Mayor Williams.
Aye. Resolution authorizing the preparation submittal of application to the 2025-2027 Westchester County Community Development Block Grant Program and authorizing the mayor and the village administrator to execute any and all documents on behalf of the Village of Elmsford.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Second. Thank you, sir. Trustee Henry,
Aye.
trustee Coffee,
Aye.
trustee Evans,
Aye.
trustee Lopez,
Aye.
Mayor Williams.
Aye. Resolution approving entering into the service contract between the Village of Elmsford and Proclaim EMS Solutions and Billing for EMS billing services and authorizing the mayor and village administrator to execute any and all documents on behalf of the village.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Henry,
Aye.
trustee Coffee,
Aye.
trustee Evans,
Aye.
trustee Lopez,
Aye.
Mayor Williams.
Aye. I'd like to inform you that I have submitted my notice of retirement with the New York State Police and Fire System. My effective date of retirement is July 26, 2024. It's been a pleasure working for Mayor Williams, Commissioner Foster, Chief Proscia, the village board, and the Village of Elmsford as a whole. I would like to thank you again and best wishes to all and your family respectively. Sergeant Richard Otero. Resolution accepting a resignation for purpose of retirement, Sergeant Richard Otero.
So move.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Henry,
Aye.
trustee Coffee,
Aye.
trustee Evans,
Aye.
trustee Lopez,
Aye.
Mayor Williams.
Aye. Whom may concern, please accept this letter of resignation from my position of driver for the Village of Elmsford. My last day of employment will be July 5th, 2024. It's been a pleasure working for the Village of Elmsford for the past 12 years. Sincerely, Joseph Gallo. Resolution accepting the resignation of MEO Joe Gallo.
So move.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Henry,
Aye.
trustee Coffee,
Aye.
trustee Evans,
Aye.
trustee Lopez,
No voting.
Mayor Williams.
Aye. Consider resolution approving the tax cert settlements for 200 West Main Street.
So move.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Henry,
Aye.
trustee Coffee,
Aye.
trustee Evans,
Aye.
trustee Lopez,
Aye.
Mayor Williams.
Aye.
Just, I want to point out on that one too, this one's been around a long, long time. And if you look at the sheet that I gave you, it really goes back to, I want to say, what's listed here is assessment year 16, tax year 16. I held this up for a long, long time. Like, well, settlement was, and I can show you settlements that are 6 times the amount that you're settling. I thought we could actually do a little better, but my hand was forced because the school district just arbitrarily approved it on their own. Even though I was providing their attorney information. But this ended up from where it started to where it ended up. We ended up in good shape. And I think our attorney will tell you that I was very stubborn. He was getting in trouble by the judge. I told him that the judge called me. The judge actually did. And that was a long, long time. I have documents here with me if you want to see them sometime about the appraisal. And it's, I've said this a billion times, these big companies, this is the Hampton Inn, they're just getting away with it, just bad numbers. They get away with it. The law should change.
Committee reports, trustee Henry.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to start out by thanking Chief DeLuca and the fire department for always doing a great job. In the month of June, they responded to 60 fire runs. They welcomed 2 new fully certified interior firefighters. It's a very long process to attain that certification. Thermal imaging cameras that were purchased through a grant from Senator Cousins were delivered, installed, and training conducted. Due to cooperation of many village people, the fire department was able to comply with a last-minute request to host a heavy rescue class at the DPW storage yard on Winthrop Avenue. Special thanks regarding that to the mayor, village administrator, Chief DeLuca, highway foreman Brian Valentoni, and Brookfield Recycling. Without their cooperation, this wouldn't have been possible, and it was a terrific class attended by a number of our people, as well as firefighters from other departments. Fire department responded to a fire alarm at Village Hall, and they were not able to access several offices that really needs to be addressed. And it was also a recommendation that the system be upgraded or updated. Fire department also stood by 2 community events. Moving on to EMS, I'd like to thank Chief Diaz and his EMS personnel for always doing a great job as well. They responded to 61 EMS calls in the month of June. It should be noted that no mutual aid was needed for any of the 61 calls. That's really outstanding. And a number of times, 2 ambulances were needed or for accidents, or 2 calls were received back to back where the 1 ambulance was not available and the 2nd ambulance was able to respond. That's a real testimony to the good work that the EMS department is doing. And these 61 runs also include a mutual aid to other agencies such as Greenberg EMS, Tarrytown EMS, and the Westchester County Reservation. And EMS also stood by at 2 community events as well. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Coffey.
I have nothing new other than Tony and Sean are doing a great job on the day-to-day running of the building department, following up on submissions and keeping up with the inspections, but I have nothing other than that. As far as our friends from the Ardsley Library, they submitted us several programs, one that started on July 8th for violin lessons. It's geared towards young children. And they also had on July 3rd, they had a story and crafts program. That was a celebration of Independence Day. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Evans.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. The Highway and Sanitation Department, under Brian's exemplary leadership, continues to do a great job in and out. They've been doing curb repairs to help keep water off of residents' property during heavy rainfall. They recently finished a list of streetlight repairs. You guys may recall in one of my previous reports, we were talking about how they were looking for people to let them know if they see any of them loose, but they've all now been repaired. Some small blacktop patches throughout the village. They're working with the tree company that we use, looking for dangerous conditions with trees and branches that would need to be assessed. So if any residents see any of those, please, let us know to make sure that we have our tree company take a look at those as well. They put some village vehicles and equipment in auction, which ends tomorrow. They have been helping our day camp with sanitation every morning for the season. I cannot stress how important that is. Having worked at the camp before, I can tell you having someone being responsible for coming to pick up that garbage every day makes a huge difference, not only in the environment that the kids are in, but it helps keep the camp even cleaner. So The fact that they're doing that for for the entire camp season, Brian, thank you. Please extend that to your team as well. Our camp director was very enthusiastic to provide a report on how camp is going this summer thus far. They have 283 enrolled campers. To put that into context, I worked in a school district that didn't even have that many students in it at all. So the fact that our camp program has 283 students is a testament to the work that they do. And let's be very clear, our camp doesn't just have students and campers from Elmsford. They are coming from White Plains. They're coming from Greenberg. They're coming from Arts. They're coming from Yonkers. They're coming from all over because they know the care that their child is going to receive here at the Elmsford Day Camp. So kudos to all of them. Chrissy wanted to make sure that she spoke very highly of her returning admin team, who have all changed and moved positions, but their flexibility and just how much of a team player attitude that they bring. They've adapted quickly, and the staff and team has great morale overall. She did want to make sure that I ended this by shouting out Mr. Chris Thomas. She could not give any more praise to how completely invaluable he has become to that entire camp operation. And she literally said they would not be able to function without him. He is responsive, respectful. He's a team player, understands where priorities should lie, is respectful, has taught and mentored new staff about the spray park. So when we have employees in this village that do an above and beyond great jobs, they should definitely be noted for that. So the camp team, and by and large, all of us are very grateful for the work that Chris Thomas is doing. With that, I yield back. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Lopez?
Thank you, sir. IT. Mike continues to work with the county and Rapid SOS to deploy new 911 GPS technology. A new police officer was set up and he's now on board. Mike continues with his daily support to the village. Constables. The police department held a community appreciation event on Saturday, June 8th at the 7-Eleven store on Main Street. Constable Dennis Rambaran attended and assisted with the event. The constables continue to work the Sunday Mount Carmel details. They work on June 9th, June 16th, June 23rd, June 30th, July 7th, and July 14th. Water Department. The Water Department has been busy with its daily water testing and markouts. They've been maintaining and cleaning park bathrooms and spray park areas. They repaired 2 broken hydrants and continue with valve maintenance. The Water Department have been helping out the camp with some issues that they have. And I yield back to you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Thank Commissioner Forster and the Police Department for doing a great job. Thank Chief Prosher for filling in tonight while the Commissioner's on vacation. I'd like to thank Chief Prosher for checking in with the officers working when former President Trump got shot to make sure everything here was okay. And then he called me to let me know that all was good in the village and to let him know that if I need anything to call him. So thank you for thinking about that. And because some of my colleagues said the same thing, that they were, didn't know it was gonna be uproars or whatever. So thank you for being ahead of that. I attended the Dixon Moving Up ceremonies. They had a couple of them. The Grady graduation, the high school graduation, and Lightbridge Daycare graduation. All were fun. It's always great seeing the kids. I performed a wedding ceremony for Chris and Lindsay Finelli. Commissioner Forster, Chief Prosher, and I attended a grand opening ceremony for Dedicated Protection Services, a personal security company. Who were some of the people that they protected, remember? And you saw the pictures, I don't know.
It was like, the actor Ice-T.
Oh, from Law and Order, you said?
Yeah, from Law and Order. I think the rapper DMX, stuff like that. Watch it.
Hmm.
Yes. Well.
we had 18 students from Hamilton High School join us at Village Hall for a tour of the court. Wasn't supposed to be at a court, but he was doing arraignment, so it worked out good. Village Hall and the police department. This week they're coming to see EMS and the fire department. And Chiefs, the two chiefs are going to take care of that. Thank you. Everybody mark your calendars for August 28th at 6 o'clock is the grand opening of Mazda. The new Mazda, the old Bed Bath and Beyond there. Yeah.
What time, Mayor?
6 o'clock. Hold on. Grand opening Mazda, August 28th at 6 o'clock. Happy anniversary to Trustee Henry and his wife, many more.
Thank you.
Trustee, happy anniversary to Trustee Coffey and his wife, many more.
Thank you.
Mhm. And happy anniversary to Commissioner Foster and his wife, many more. That's why he's on vacation. He's doing his anniversary stuff.
Love that for him.
Yes. Administrator,
Nothing more.
thank you. Who's first over there? Chief Diaz,
Nothing.
Highway?
Hey, Mayor, I'd just like to add to, what Deputy Mayor Henry reported on the fire alarm that we had here last week. My recommendation also that the fire alarm system in the building be looked at for replacement and upgrading. Current system shows that either the full station or a smoke detector activated in the building doesn't go around. No type system. Recommend, yeah, that look for replacement. Also, in trying to find the activated head in the building, there was access issues, and I want to recommend that the access be given to be used, for a Knox box. For keys, that's locking, you know, use spot on that exactly. And, that would definitely be helpful when we respond to it.
Thank you. Chief?
Mayor, I'm sure everybody knows we hired a new police officer on July 1st. He's a New York City transfer, doing a great job so far. And I just, on behalf of myself and the commissioner, we wish Sergeant Otero nothing but the best of retirement. He'll be greatly missed in the new one. That's all I have. Thank you.
Order. Pete? And a public turn now. Come on down.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Bernice Tucker, and I live at 78 Sears Avenue in Elmsford. One of my complaints is, on Thursday, we have moving to the other side. They came once last year, and they came once this year to clean the street. What is the point of moving to the other side when they're not coming to even clean the street? Second, which was taken care of by the building inspector. I complained to him about cars being up on the lawns in people's houses now. He took care of that. You got people living in basements. Garbage is in front of the people's houses. Why can't they put their garbage on the side or in the back of the yard? It brings rodents at night, and it's unacceptable. And we have to live like that. Third, you have families with 6 cars with 2-space driveway. You can park 2 cars in the driveway, but they have 5 cars. If you don't leave one of your cars off in the street and leave your driveway open, your family and friends, when they come, there's no place to park.
Mhm.
They're even coming from other streets, coming to our street. It's not fair to us. We're paying a lot of taxes in Elmsford now. I just finished paying. And I don't think this is acceptable. Then I have a daycare next door to me. They have graduations in the driveway. My bedroom is right here. The driveway is here. They play in the driveway. They have graduations in the driveway. I have to leave my house so that I can have peace and quiet. That's not fair to me. And the third, the cul-de-sac at Sears, when you turn around, we have to call the town to come and cut that grass, otherwise it grows like wildfire. Someone should be on top of that at all times. We shouldn't have to call the village to get the grass cut up there. And my last one, commercial vans. You have the big vans on the street that's taking up 2 and 3 parking spaces. That's not fair. But I spoke to the chief, and the chief is now sending out officers to check the street every night. And I've been out there 12 and 1 o'clock. I've been retired for 24 years. I watched them come. They are now ticketing the vans, which I thank the police department. And second, I mean, I had so many. I better cut it off now. 'Cause I don't
take
want
your
to
time.
be
No,
here
no,
all
no.
night.
No,
But
take
I'm
your
just
time.
saying, Elmsford has changed. Yes, I realize that. But our living conditions shouldn't have to.
Hmm.
I don't think it's fair for us to pay when we're not getting. I shouldn't have to tell the building inspector, come check the houses, you got people living in the basement. It's not right. And if someone could just check on the things that I mentioned, I will appreciate it. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Mr.
Mr.
Hunter.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'm looking around and I see some faces that I'm putting the names to. The mayor, Mayor Williams, Patrick Brown, I'm from 50 Sears. Once I say 50 Sears, they should know I call or text the mayor on several occasions about that same area by the salt storage area that needs cutting. I call all the time. The police department, I want to thank them also. I call them, they respond. On 4th of July, they were cars parked in the cul-de-sac. Call them and they responded immediately. And before I know it, the car was gone. I don't know if they got a ticket, but and what happened is when they park in the cul-de-sac, my driveway becomes the turnaround. So, I'm calling. I'm a retired correction officer from the city. So, I'm always looking out. And anything unusual on that block, I called. Now, one of my big issue is that runoff from the Conic. I think we spoke to the mayor about that. We had that big flooding. The water was up on my backyard. And they came and they moved away some stuff from the drainage. But the drainage needs to be cleaned, I think, at least once every 2 years. We have mosquitoes in the back. I can't even stay in the backyard. The mosquitoes are huge. So I know that someone went by and looked at it, and not much has been done to it. In between Cabot, the house on Cabot and Sears, there's also a water runoff also. That is real bushy. I don't think anybody goes back there to do anything. So, I'm asking if they could pay some attention to that. And as a matter of fact, the hill needs cutting right now. I was going to call today, but I said, since I'm coming here, I'll just let them see the face of that name when I call. So the question is, what is going to be done with that runoff? Because I think the last time when we spoke, it seems to be, they weren't sure who's responsible for cleaning it.
Brian, do you know?
That runoff, it's not our problem.
The clean out where it ends.
The clean out, we clean out.
Well, it's really the property, the responsibility of property. The
What?
property owner that's on, their responsibility.
For the clean out? Why shouldn't it be my responsibility to clean that clean out that's running all the way down? Because, all that debris, you see, the issue that all the debris that comes down, if it's cleaned at least once a year, it will be good. Like right now, if you go there, you won't even know there's a runoff there.
At some point, what took place there, that was an open brook that was piped in by property owners. And when that happens, the property owners become responsible for the underground property that's on the underground piping or whatever that's on their property. So If the clean out's on, if it's your property, I don't know if it is or not, or if it's the next door neighbors, they're supposed to maintain that. Because at some point, the people before them put it there.
So that clean out is on, as you say, state property.
No,
No, talking about that little brook.
but it's a brook that, it's a natural brook.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean-
but I'm saying the property is not village property.
Correct.
Yeah.
The brook itself coming down is on state property, then it goes on to private property. There's no property there that the village owns. There's no right of way there that the village owns.
So who's responsible to clean that drain out? Because see, the issue that is gonna happen, the last time about 2 years ago, we had that big rain. Because there was so much debris in the runoff, it blocks up the drain itself, so the water rises. Somebody has to be responsible to clean that. And that should not be the property. Well, because it's not on my property. They're part of where I have a fence towards the back of the yard, where that fence curve out is where my property ends. That is beyond my property.
Brian, didn't you clean out that spot
Yeah, so
Just
years ago,
that, like,
I think
just
they
before it
check
gets in the
the
pipe, right?
grade.
Yeah,
We go by and check that grade, but we don't go in the drain.
no, but you did the area
Yeah, we'll
in
check
front of
that
it, yeah.
grade, make sure there's no big debris, but with that heavy rain, I mean, can't stop.
But-
debris
but-
Coming down.
Right, you cannot
wanna make
stop,
it
you
clear,
cannot
though,
stop it, but if
that's-
it's cleared out once a year, it would limit what stops up the drainage. Because you do, I've seen them going by and clean the grade out, sometimes when I call.
So
But I
basically,
want
I'm
to
hearing
make it
this.
clear that that's not our responsibility.
I
do
know,
that.
but Dennis, he put in.
And legally, we not supposed to.
So that's why, because when we put that in.
No, we didn't put that in.
No, we put in like,
The developer put it in.
I thought he did.
What's his name?
Funny.
No,
Then Mr. Funny do that?
no, remember what's his name? He did part of it and then what's his name?
Oh.
And then took over can't think of his name. No,
No,
contractor. He put that in.
The grade,
I was under the impression that.
well, you might be talking about two different things. The contractor put the pipe in, but Dennis put the grade in front of the pipe so the
Yeah,
debris
that's
wouldn't
what I-
jam up the
that's what I
pipe.
thought. He put that grade in. So I would just check that. grade.
Right, just to keep the debris in
Yeah,
front of
yeah.
the grate clear. Right, no, correct.
And if I'm understanding correctly, that's kind of what you're saying is just clear what's in front of that grade.
well, and
On a more regular basis.
they do that on a, not, on a regular basis would be good. However, the runoff from the highway
Comes off the spring.
comes off the spring. If that's cleaned out at least once a year, it would limit the amount of debris that comes down there. So, before something happens, you want to take care of it before it gets here. So nobody seems to know who cleans.
But if I'm understanding correctly, that part in particular is the state's.
Right,
So have we ever reached out to the state to bring this to their?
yes, they were there.
Who you telling? I know it. I have to ask the question. I gotta ask the question.
All the time.
But I've been up to the highway office before, and I spoke to, I think, a lady by the name of Lynn. I can't pronounce her last name. I don't remember her last name too. But she said that she will see who's responsible, but that's about almost going 3 years, and it hasn't been done. And I think right now it's, it's so bushy that like I said, if you go by, you will know that there's a runoff over there. So, but I would appreciate if we could look into that and see what could be done. And Ms. Tucker addressed about the parking on the block, especially at the end of the street, right? Off White Plains. It's such a tight turn. And when they park beyond the no parking sign, and it's not like they're visiting, they park for the night. So we'll appreciate the police coming by a little more often, just to make sure, we are paying, as we says, and the service. I love living in Elmsford, and I think sometimes without calls, it could be a little better. All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Brown.
you. Anyone else? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor? Opposed? Carried.